cheers, Cadre. Got some 16-year-old Lagavulin Scotch here. That's the stuff. So I'm out of focus. The lighting's bad. And it's all Elmer Fudd's fault. Todd on the Shaving Cadre. Sorry, Elmer Fudd on the Shaving Cadre. Real name is Todd, or so he says. Who knows? And here's how it went down on the YouTube shaving community. This shaving by candlelight thing is going on, and he goes, "Hey guys, I'm going to do this. Who wants to get tagged?" And I said, "No thanks. Doesn't make any sense to me. We've already done blindfolded shave, so if you can do it with a blindfold, with a candle, a piece of cake." And he said, "Got it. You're tagged." So here we are. Not one to turn down a reasonable tag. So here we are. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, everything's out of focus, so enjoy that. This is Midnight Embers. I thought that appropriate for tonight's shave. Got that. Got the Midnight Embers aftershave and the Midnight Embers splash. So I guess this was almost pointless. I can't show you the candle because I'll hold it up and it'll just be dark. But what I did is I was tagged yesterday, or I saw a video yesterday, and as a result, I thought, well, let me go. Yeah, we got candles. We've got candles in the house. But to my wife's dismay, I thought, well, why just use a candle we already have? Because there's on top of this is layered discussions about candle use and guys using candles and this and that. And I thought, well, let me just search on Amazon, manly candle, and I'm cheap. So I want whatever comes up under manly candle that's under $10. I'll tell you, there's not much. They did have some good stuff, some stuff I would like to smell. And I thought leather stuff would be great, tobacco stuff would be good. Oh, sounded good. Let me get started. Let me show you. Any old, I was about to grab my Rockwell 6S, thinking that would be a piece of cake. I already shaved this morning. I'll get into that too. But let's, we'll make it up the difficulty level, because anybody could shave with a DE in the dang near dark. But we're going to do straight shave with the Feather 6S. Excuse me here. Do not want that to go to waste. So anyway, bumping up the difficulty just a touch here. So, let me quickly tell you why I'm shaving tonight. And it's because, I mentioned on the forums, hey, I just had ordered my candle yesterday. It's showing up today, but not until after my shave, so, I can't do it. And of course, Dave in Kentucky had to give me a bad time about that. Like, hey, you shave 12 times in one day, And I was not planning on shaving tonight, but it did make me realize it's the weekend. I'm not planning on getting up and shaving at 5:30, like during a weekday. And by the time that I get down here and shave, it's going to be light out. And there's a window in this bathroom. There's a window in every bathroom. No coverings. You can't block it out. I mean, I guess I could jury rig something. Anyway, this is a whole lot easier to wait till it gets dark and come and do this shave. So that's the story with that. With the candle, here's the thing. There are certain things that it seems like should cost a lot less than they do. Couches, mattresses, and freaking candles. You hear that noise? I'll explain that too. So anyway, I was looking, and I don't get it. And I mean, I guess a decent candle, if you just used it for a couple hours in the evenings or whatever, probably would last a long time. But in my mind, I'm thinking, it's just a glass jar full of wax. These things should be like $5. But I get it. I mean, logically, I can say, yeah, the high-end ones are using great expensive scent oils and this and that, but especially buying online and not being able to see it, stomaching, easy, 30, 25, 30, you know, the high-end ones go for quite a bit more than that. For a candle, and again, I'm saying, you know, if I had one and it smelled like, you know, a worn leather jacket and stuff like that, and, you know, I don't know when I would use one, but it could very well be worth it if the scent is extraordinary and it filled the room with the scent. But again, just, you know, seeing the price, it's just, it's a jar of wax. So that's my feeling with candles. So what I did get, I was gonna go leather, all that stuff, but I found this one. So it's got two things that interest me. It is a pine scented candle. If you watched any of my stuff or read my journal, you know I'm way into pine. I love that tree in the face type of scent. But it's got also that noise that you hear that I don't know how it's going to come across on the video, and it sounds a little odd in this little room, but it has a wood wick. So it's supposed to recreate kind of the crackling of the fireplace because the wood wick crackles as it burns. And years ago, I thought that was so cool. I don't remember if I asked for one or my wife just remembered I wanted one, but I got one for Christmas or birthday or something. And if I remember correctly, it actually drove her nuts, the noise of it all the time. So I haven't gotten one since those days. I'll tell you, in the dark here, on the dark side of the face, it's a little tough to see where the bottom edge of the sideburns is. Surprisingly decent amount of hair audibly being removed, given it's the second shave of the day. So that's where I'm at. Wasn't kind of a funk this week. Today was much better. Ended up working from home, so I took my calls and emails and such, a lot of them from the deck. Woke up, had my shave, got my coffee ready, made a fried egg sandwich. Don't have those often, but for some reason I love them. What I do is I don't toast the bread. You have untoasted bread, make a fried egg, some mayonnaise, and then a bunch of crispy lettuce. And just the cold crispy lettuce in contrast with the warm, softer egg. I just love that. So I got to enjoy that this morning. And then, like I said, did some work from the deck. Barber Dave on the Cadre did a Zoom call from his new barbering studio. Kyle, UA Cowboy on the forums, went and got the whole haircut shave experience stuff. So it's kind of neat to, I don't know, I mean, I guess if you're going to watch somebody shave, watching somebody do a haircut isn't any odder, stranger. But I do it just to hang out with the folks. Bunch of good guys that I enjoy interacting more on the Zoom calls and stuff, even more than the forums, kind of that instant communication. So we're doing a Zoom, the old guy Zoom call on Sunday. Gonna still keep those up weekly. Hold on, I'm not with it. Man, I likes my scotch just like I likes my shave soap, smoky. That was a little overboard. So Barbara Day saw me shaving with the WEC and commented that I need to do more skin stretching. But, you know, and maybe there could be a way that I could figure it out and get it done correctly on the neck. But what I do with this is I do the bullfrog. I put my neck down instead of stretching it out, and then kind of stretch just a little bit back the other way. So it's not tight. I just make it smooth, and then very gently take the razor over, which works great for this. With the actual straights and the WECs, doesn't work so good. But what I found is if I really stretch my neck like this, the skin's really tight again, and even stretch more, I mean, it just gets more irritation and doesn't get it any smoother than the other way. So, you know, maybe I need to put in the reps to learn a better technique that'll work with straight razors, and it's probably something I won't do. Or maybe my face just isn't built for that type of shaving. So anyway, there you go, Todd. I was into candles and that kind of stuff actually quite a bit in college. It just seemed like a sophisticated thing to do. I even had oil lamps. Kind of hot back then in the 90s. You go into the card stores and they'd all seem to have displays of like the really shallow, round, clear glass whatevers that you'd put in the lantern oil and have a little wick and have, like, you know, a set of 3 of them different sizes. I had those for a while. I actually had like a lantern where you light the big wide wick and put the chimney, the clear glass over it, and I don't know, it just all seemed kind of neat. And like I said, I certainly don't mind candles. I like the scent. I like candles better than my wife puts those wallflowers, they call them, and I'm sure they got different names by different companies. The company, she gets them from their wallflowers, and those are the things you plug in and you buy the different scents for them. And they're supposed to fill the room and work for like a month or whatever. The thing I don't like about those, though, is the scent is always there. And so what ends up happening is when she puts in new ones, they're super strong when they're new. You notice them for a few days, and then you can tell there's still liquid in it. It's still putting it in the room, but you become basically scent blind to it and don't smell it anymore. Versus a candle, you know, you tend to notice those more. So I prefer the candles, but and in the wintertime, when I have a say, I love cinnamon. I love cinnamon smell, and I love the evergreen apple. So when I get to pick, that's what I pick. Or lemon. Just like there's lemon. There we go. So got a good second shave of the day. No problem, Todd by Candlelight. Got some nice scotch that was worried over for 16 years before it was bottled. Oh, we're not done. I almost forgot. I got the whole, what we got, 14 minutes. Again, I don't know. I'm expecting fewer people will actually watch this because it's all terrible video. I tried to get the can. I put it up on 2 boxes. Let's see if you, if we get it up here. And can you see? Oh, hey, you can see it. See? That's why I got pine pine scented one. I don't know if you can see. The wick is actually, it's a little cross shape. It's like that of a little thin wood coming up. So what do we got? I'm gonna change it up just because I got so many layers of things. I want to wrap this up. I don't want the video going on and on. So we did the Claire's Lemon. I'm gonna do the Midnight Embers aftershave. So Midnight Embers, I don't think it's available right now. I know it was a very limited release when it came out, and then I believe it got released again. So I think it's just one that is kind of actually popular and is made in small batches. I don't really know the story, but it's not one of his mainline scents. Of course, it's a little smoky, a little campfire-ish, but also with a sweet note. So I like to think of marshmallows with campfire. It's not just all smoke that'll blow you away. So hopefully this is not going to drive my wife nuts doing it close to bedtime and having all the stinkum on me, and it's not going to come to bed smelling just like a campfire. Anyway, there you go, Todd. Hope you're having a good weekend, and I'll see you on the forums.